everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope life is going good. Welcome to Storytime with Jen. Today's episode is about doing what you love. So, there's a little story that goes something like this. There was a young man who was an artist, and he loved to paint, to create. He loved to just be in his art. And he fell in love. He fell in love with this woman. And years went by, and he was in love with her. He was in love with his art. He was in love with his life. And they began to get older. And you know, as most couples do, when they get older, they start thinking about their future. They start thinking about different things. And so she started to say to him, you know, babe, we have to do something financially. I want more out of this life, and I need you to go out there. I think that you should get into Wall Street. I think that you should start getting into that world, into the investment world. And I think that you should let go of this art, because art isn't bringing you money. And I know you like it, but it's not bringing you the money that, you know, we require for, you know, for me to have everything I want, and, you know, for us to be happy and everything. So if you could just let that go and then pick up investing. So he was madly in love with her, and he was like, oh my God, baby, anything for you. And he lets go of his art, and he gets into investments, and he makes, you know, so much money. But one day, we're fast forwarding into the future. One day he gets into an accident. And from this accident, he ends up in a coma. And from this coma, you know, all of a sudden, his wife, of course, is distraught. And she's at his bedside. And she's looking at him, and she's praying, and she's in this moment of just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to my husband? What's gonna happen to us? And what's happening here? And she holds his hand, and she's been there just for days, just watching her husband go through this. He's not responding, and he's just been in this long coma. And then he comes up, takes a deep breath, opens his eyes, looks at her, and says, what if my whole life was wrong, and then dies. That's how the story ends. I tell this story. I love this story. So many people hate this story, but the whole point of the story is that it really does bring into perspective. You know, we can always think that certain things are important, but it's never more important than what makes you feel whole in your life. His artwork was what he loved, and he sacrificed what he loved for somebody he loved, which sometimes is a noble thing, but it's sometimes a mistake, because we have to learn to live our life, learn to do what we love to do, and have the courage to do it even when people don't want us to do it. We have to have the courage to live the life that we have been given the ability to design. It's not always about the money. And I know I'm young, and I know a lot of people say, you know, you don't know what it's like to have responsibilities. And if you're young, people will probably say that to you. But I just want to bring it into thought that there's a lot of people who pursue dreams, who are out there making millions and billions of dollars, that people thought they would never make money doing what they're doing because it was stupid. But when you love something and you put everything into it and you make it your life's work, it becomes something epic. It becomes something grand. It becomes something that cannot be unnoticed by the world. And I love this story, once again, I say, because it brings things into perspective. Do what you love. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do what you love. Your talents and your gifts are there for a reason. And I think that they're there for you to be able to use them and utilize them to be able to make a difference in your own way, to do what you're supposed to do, and also at the same time love the work that you're doing. So that is Story Time with Jen. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to like, share, or subscribe. Tell a friend about Story Time with Jen, something like that, or share it, whatever. I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed week. Peace and love, my friends.